Non-Texans, what are your thoughts when you hear Texas? Literally just the shape of the state itself as seen from a map or something. I've been through Texas a few times and the thing that stood out to me was how much people in Texas love talking about how much they love Texas. I had a beer at the Dallas airport when I was waiting for a friend's plane and it was a Budweiser bottle, but instead of Budweiser the label said Texas on it. Diners would serve Texas-shaped pancakes. Every gas station had a section for Texas swag, everything from t-shirts to shot glasses to hats to magnets and other knickknacks. I've always found New Yorkers to be obnoxious with how much they talk about how much better they are than everyone else, but Texas is actually on another level. So, I guess when I think of Texas, I think of a bunch of people yelling I fucking love Texas. In my native Norwegian the term complete Texas means chaos or out of control. Cadillacs with giant horns on the front driven by old men in white suits with big white cowboy hats and superbly trimmed mustaches. Sandy cheeks singing that stupid song that's been stuck in my head since I was 6. Edit, what have I done? All my exes live in Texas. Folks down there are Texans first and Americans second. That boy ain't right, I tell ya what. All hat and no cattle. I'm from UK, I think, trucks, tornadoes, guns, car dependency, freedom, and American flags. Nothing but steers and queers, full metal jacket. In my company, in a country on the opposite side of the planet from Texas, Gone Texas is a term used to describe a software program that has frozen up to the point where even Task Manager can't abort it. Otherwise we don't think about it very much, except perhaps with mild horror. Hey Patrick, what am I now? To which Patrick replies, stupid. Prompting SpongeBob to say, no, I'm Texas. Patrick then says, what's the difference? Heavyset white people with guns and large cowboy hats yelling don't mess with Texas. Whataburger. Edit, thanks for the award kind strangers, smiley face. What's an animal everyone thinks is harmless but in reality is very dangerous? Bison. Every year someone gets hurt or killed in Yellowstone because they think the bison are slow and dumb and you can take selfies with them. Really they are quick and powerful, but have poor eyesight. As you approach a bison it may not see you until you are close, then it can panic and gore you. Cone snails. You see their shells decorating bathrooms all the time. But find a live one and make the mistake handling it and it will lance you with a venomous harpoon. For several species, such as the geography cone, this venom is sufficient to swiftly kill a human. Donkeys, although they look innocent but they have nasty kicks and bites. Not everyone, but I see a few people get dangerously close to big birds like hawks and eagles. I'm like, people, those birds almost got bigger claws than bears, leave them alone. Kangaroos are really aggressive during mating season and have been known to take on a range of other animals, especially dogs and humans. My uncle is a zoologist and the only animal he was ever attacked by was a meerkat. Edit, spelling meerkat to meerkat. I, personally always thought bison were dangerous, but the National Park Service recently found it necessary to put up signs warning people don't pet the fluffy cows. I asked a zookeeper once which animal she thought was the scariest to work with. She said giraffes because they're so big and so stupid. Edit, turns out a lot of Redditors have had run-ins with giraffes. People have pointed out that other large herbivores are also dangerous. Nature is scary. I just listened to a podcast on otters and am now rather terrified of them. They rape otters and other animals, have attacked humans, drowned dogs, and a pack of them can take down alligators. Some links that show how terrifying they can be. Edit, for those wondering the podcast was ologies. Also I forgot the terrifying fact that male otters will try to eliminate competition by snapping off other male otters' dicks. They're still hella cute though. Ladybugs are adorable and precious to humans, but to other bugs they are poisonous death tanks. Beware of beavers. Beavers will stand their ground and confront a threat. If trapped, cornered, or ensnatched, a beaver will attack a human. The rodent's sharp teeth may cause serious injury as well as infection. Beavers carry tularemia, parasites, and rabies, which can transfer through bites, body fluids, or infected water. Before beavers attack humans or other animals, they send a warning by growling and hissing. On land, the animal rises to its hind legs to face a threat. In the water, a startled beaver slaps its tail against the surface to alert others in the colony before diving to safety. Dragonflies, but not to people. I went off the beaten path hiking around an old slate town and there was a lot of horse/deer flies buzzing around attacking me. I came across the edge of a huge beaver pond that hasn't really been touched by humans in 100 plus years. As soon as I get to the marshy beach all of a sudden I see these little flashes of black zooming around my head and all of the flies are gone. These fucking dragonflies came in and took them all out in a matter of seconds mid-goddamn flight. Dolphins. Those things can be little psychopaths. Platypus. The males have a big venom spike on their back legs, which is intensely painful. This sounds like a joke, but it's absolutely true. Pigs. People thinks they are harmless packs of bacon but in reality they can easily kill you if annoyed. What is illegal, but people continue to do openly without consequences? Hauling more than the legal weight limit in dump trucks. I did a project a few years ago for my former employer because they noticed all the contractors that they hired were carrying more than the legal weight limit. This is a big issue because these trucks have increased stopping distances and are more likely to injure/kill people in the cars they hit. My company was pissed because they didn't want to be legally responsible if there were an accident. They had me analyze how much it would cost to buy a fleet of dump trucks, but it turns out you can't make much money hauling at the legal limit, so all dump trucks carry like twice the limit and just take the fines when weigh stations are open because it is way cheaper. Pretty messed up. Honestly, I felt like I did humanity a disservice telling them it wouldn't be worth it. If you ever get hit by a dump truck you can almost certainly sue them for being above the weight limit, but nobody really knows this. Note, this depends on the legal weight limits in your region, but I know this to be true for most of the Northeast US. Tell their employees they can't talk about their wages with coworkers. Insider trading. Littering. I see at least 3 red lights run on a daily basis. People driving while on their phone. Politicians accepting bribes. Airbnb, in a lot of places. Use tax. Where I live, if you buy something in another state without sales tax, but bring it back to your home state, you have to send your home state the tax you should have paid if bought locally. Even if it's pants. Let me get right on that. Well, for the past 10 years, open corruption in the Australian government. Media barely addressed it, and when they did, nothing happened or forgot about it. Parking in such a way you don't just have a wheel on the curb, but actively block the whole pavement. A wheelchair using neighbor gets so fed up of it and I can't blame her. Not using blinkers. Wage theft on an epic scale. The number of hourly workers getting raw fucked out of the hard-earned wages by shitty bosses is insane. Keep track of your hours worked and validate it against your time card. Downloading cars. Celebrities' open drug use. Professional athletes' drug use. Politicians doing shit that would get us arrested.